So, why is getting a psychiatrist still taboo? Now, the meaning of taboo is a social or religious custom prohibiting or forbidding discussion of a particular practice or forbidding association with a particular person, place, or thing. Now, that is also kind of around the word of prohibited or restricted by social custom. And that's what I'm getting at, because in the early 1900s all the way, I'd say up until now, it has been perceived that if you go to a psychiatrist, you have actual problems, like you're just messed up in the head, or it's a negative look. And they say go to the church, go here, talk to some other people, but you have to avoid this particular system at all costs. And it hasn't worked for anybody. That's why you're starting to see a spike. Well, not see a spike, but you always see a high number of suicides, depression, bipolarism. I mean, the list just goes on for all of the mental woes that people actually have. So for it to still be taboo is kind of shocking in itself, because if people actually got the work that they needed or the help, people would be a lot better off. You wouldn't see physical abuse at a high, especially after the pandemic. Once that started, you started to see abuse cases leap through the roof. And that's not because, I don't like this person, so I'm going to punch him in the face. No, it's because they have their own traumas that they haven't dealt with. They've been able to move around freely and avoid actual topics. So being able to not do that, they had to face them, and they didn't have the ability to do it. Hence the reason why you need this type of field in order to help you, and you need to take advantage of it. You need to go to them, because situations like that wouldn't exist if you have had an opportunity to deal with them or face them head on with the help of somebody who is an actual professional, versus someone who's just a friend that who doesn't have any experience or knowledge or training within that field. We have to start looking at these things in a pragmatic way. We can no longer assume something that we know doesn't work versus not going towards the thing that we know does. Because I've never seen in any part of history where doing something wrong actually goes right. What do they say about the meaning of insanity is to keep doing something over and over with the same outcome? Well, that's what a lot of people are doing. Generation to generation, they're still continuing this insane loop, thinking that it's going to get better when it doesn't happen. So think about it like this. You go pray to God, talking about, hey, help me with my problems. But what do they say? Faith without works means nothing. So if you're not going to put in the work by going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, then you are not putting in the work. So the faith of the prayer means nothing, because you're not doing anything for it. I mean, if you want to talk about it, God is, you want help with your mental health and you've been praying about it, the fields are now there. And if you have an issue with the race of the person because you feel like they cannot understand your plight, well, the beauty of it is you're starting to see multiple races of people joining in that field, because they understand that when they didn't have any help, they want to be that person to help others. So all of these things are available now. So it's no longer an aspect of excuses. It's, do you want to be a victim or do you want to make yourself better? Because after a certain point in time and a certain age, a lot of these excuses go out the window. They don't exist anymore because they're not allowed, because you're just an adult now. Childhood, they can understand that because you may not have the proper guidance. But in adulthood, all the information is available to you. If you choose to ignore it, that's nobody's fault but your own. And that's where you have to be held accountable for your actions. You can't allow your past problems to dictate your future successes. So that's just something that was on my mind. Be on the lookout for more videos. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell. All right, everybody. Peace.